We would like to dedicate our draft 2024 to Glenn Cochran and his family. Glenn fought his battle with cancer courageously. We will miss his character, his humor, and positive attitude. Glenn was an integral part of our scouting staff, amateur scouting staff, for 17 years. He's one of the finest men I've ever met and will be greatly missed. Making our selection is former great and Anaheim Ducks captain, Scott Niedermayer.
The Anaheim Ducks are proud to select from the Oshawa Generals, Beckett Sennecke.
Man, this was not expected. Certainly when the season began. Look at his reaction. Oh my God! I mean, this is a shocker.
Don't read lips, folks.
Read the lips.
What?
Read the lips. We're in Vegas. Read them.
That's one of the best reactions we've ever seen
In
from
a
a
draft.
drafted.
So
Period.
is this good for the Anaheim Ducks GM or bad?
Exactly.
We don't know.
Again, this is a fast riser. He's a late bloomer. He's not ready. He might not be ready for a couple of years. First 51 games, 46 points. Next 28, 44 points. Just a rising winger. I guess they see him as a 35 pure kind of winger goal scorer.
That's exactly what they see him as. And some people have kind of compared him a little bit to Owen Tippett for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Okay.
A guy that can shoot, a guy that can score. And when you play in Oshawa, I know my parents live 20 minutes just south of Oshawa. When you play in Oshawa, you get scouts all the time because it's centrally located just outside of Toronto. You can see the shock on his face, but I talked to a lot of people around the OHL that were marveling at his progression in the second half of the season, and Megan specifically in the playoffs. He was clutch.
And that's my backyard. So his offensive zone threat, taking that puck to the scoring areas consistently. He did grow from 5'10" to 6'3" in 2 years in the OHL. So maybe he needs to fill out a bit, but they see a lot of potential clearly to take him this high. I am actually as shocked as him. This blew up my best available already. We're only at 3.
He's going to need to get in the weight room. Those shoulders are going to have to be bigger to play in the NHL. Those delts are too small for the NHL right now.
Yeah, he doesn't look like the way Eric Lindros looked when he played in Oshawa. And I know, because I used to go to the building there at the old Civic Center Arena to watch the Big E. But Sennecke gets to the spots, and he can finish. And I like your point about him growing this much. So here's the interesting thing. Sometimes when players grow that much and they have those growth spurts, their game can regress.
Sure.
Because they're off in terms of their coordination. The opposite is true here. It's almost as though he became more coordinated as he continued his growth spurt.
So, Kevin, I met up with Pat Verbeek yesterday, and I asked him, what is your philosophy for this number 3 pick? And he told me the philosophy is always the same. We are looking for players with a high competitive drive, total gamers, but we're also looking for good skaters. And this kid, from everything I hear, is an explosive skater. And they're trying to build this thing with identity. He told me last year was hard. We brought in a new coach with a completely new style. There was a culture shock for a lot of players. But as they got comfortable, I know who we are. And he told me they're ready to take that next big step this year. He's also trying to be active in the free agency market and through trades.
Does seem to have some pull-away speed, doesn't he, on some of those breakaways. There's Mom again. What a great reaction. Oh, my God. I was just taken. So, obviously, he didn't see it coming.
Yeah, he didn't.
You wonder when Pat Verbeek, I can't wait to get that information, too. When do you decide on this
don't worry.
guy?
He's so loquacious. He'll tell you everything.